Lance, just kind of what stands out when you watch Ball State?
Um, Offensively, very multiple. Very impressed with Coach News added Riley Neal. We didn't play him last year, but heard a little bit about him late in the season. He's been very impressive, uh, but doing a lot of different things. They show a lot of things on more of a, I want to say in a pro style, but underneath center, some zone games, some play action off of it. But then they're also getting in the shotgun, doing a lot of things, even incorporating some quarterback read. So using their personnel wisely and been impressive, even though they've had a couple tough games of late.
Is some of that a product of a guy coming from the NFL?
Well, I think some of that package is, and I think they probably had some things that they were doing well before Coach New arrived. Defensively, I guess on the other side of things, you see 7, 8 seniors, a lot of fifth-year seniors there, and what kind of stands out is, to me, when they see it, they go get it. Very aggressive, and they're reacting really well to things, and they're playing with a lot of aggressiveness. Some things I think that we need to get better at of seeing it and going. Okay? I think we see things and we're not quite attacking and on both sides of the ball, and sometimes that's experience, sometimes it's confidence with success, but those are probably some of the things just generically on each side of the ball that I see.
Central Michigan has a really good offense.
Yeah.
Really outstanding quarterback, good offense. What did they do to,
Well,
they didn't shut them down, but to contain
but they, again, multiple looks, some differences, brought some pressure. Made some plays happen for them, and some, I think again a little bit. Not take away from Ball State. I think Central's gone through a ringer of games as well. Some emotional games there that probably, again, they've gone through some things. And Ball State came in there playing well and gave a lot of fits.
The two defensive ends are among the two
Yep.
better guys in the MAC and sacks and TFLs. Are
Yeah.
those the guys that jump out?
Yeah, defensively, they get them really wide. They get them upfield, make some things happen. Both very good in pass rush. I believe one was first team all-conference last year. Again, that goes back to some of that experience. They've played a lot of games in this conference, and it shows.
What was your message to the team when you got back, when they got back together this week?
Well, Mark, as we watch film, this is going to sound different. If there was this position or that thing that wasn't going right, that would be a lot easier to address in some ways. But it's kind of be that same old where it's a play here and a play there, and but on the good side is that there's enough good things still happening. We just need to do it more frequently, and that's it. We can't give up 4 runs for 225 yards. We just can't do that. That's unacceptable. We know that's unacceptable. So, but then you take out the rest of the run game. Now, granted, they didn't need it, but they average under 3 yards a carry the rest of the game. We have a chance to make some plays. There's opportunities in all 3 phases of the game that when we watch film, that we've got to be just more consistent and take advantage of what's there. And you can't just keep standing up here every week and say it's inexperience and growing pains and that. There's a time where we got to get it. We've got to be able to get it done, and that falls on my responsibility.
So did you kind of try to make an effort to lift the team?
Yeah, there's it's about it. We all need to be accountable. We all have to find our, that inner passion of what makes us love playing this game and be coaching this game and doing those things and be accountable to what we see. And yet there's things that we do see us showing signs of making plays and doing things, but it's across the board. I think I heard Brandon say it. It's there. We've just got to be able to do it and do it more consistently. Was it gloom and doom? No. When we look at things still in the conference and where we're at and what we still can play for, absolutely there's something there. Feeling sorry for ourselves or just sitting there yelling and screaming about it isn't going to get us any better either. So we've got to be able to take it today and go out and be coachable and approach this thing with some enthusiasm and with a mission to get better.
The second half particularly, did you kind
Did you see some progressions from Tyree and his understanding of the passing game, his ability to find some different
Yeah, we continue. I think Tyree. The thing I've been impressed with Tyree is that no matter what the score is, no matter what's happened, I think he comes off each and every time explaining what he's seen. He doesn't have that deer in the headlight looks that we talk about, but Tyree knows that he continues to take steps, but he needs to continue to take them, and they're needed to be taken as well. We've got to do a lot better job of getting off of coverage. We're not doing a great job creating separation right now. We've got to do a better job, in the run game. All these things, they all kind of feed off each other. It's disappointing and frustrating to all of us that it's not happening sooner, but we do see the signs that this thing can, break open in the way that we all want it to.
Any update on Tyler O'Henry? Is he still day-to-day?
Still day-to-day. He was not available Saturday. He will not practice today, but we're hoping as we progress later in the week, we'll get a better update there. So kind of feeding off that, David Goldsby played the whole game at right tackle. Probably more his natural position anyway, but then Tomas making his first start as a true freshman is not. There's not a lot of people in our league playing with true freshmen, but all in all, he did okay. He knows there's some things went the wrong way a few times and all that, and unfortunately that happens with first-time starters, but I think he'll continue to progress for us.
Kickoff returns. What do you think about kickoff return coverage?
Kickoff return or both? Are you talking both, or are you talking just kickoff coverage?
Both, actually,
well, kickoff coverage, in today's college football, there's a lot more directional kicking and doing things. I think we have to trust our scheme a little bit more. Being a front row blocker on kick returns a difficult job, and dropping back, sticking and staying. But again, we've got to do a better job there. There are some things there, and then there's times where there's not. And having consistent faith on scheme is things we've talked with our returners. We've got to be better there. Return game, our kickoff coverage. Again, very inconsistent. Torrey Hendrick, senior defensive end, has been pretty good on coverage. But if he's not down there getting a hand on someone, we've been able to had some mistakes. Probably the one you're referring to, all of a sudden you have redshirt freshman Emmanuel Reed. You try to put his speed on there, and he just, loses one little part about setting the edge and not just getting washed away. And washed away, one other guy avoids the other direction. All of a sudden, you've got the Red Sea. And, those are things that, we continue to coach and do, and our guys you got to continue to work and get better at. But, again, just about the time you think some momentum's coming, you're not answering that the way you want and try to flip that field position.
While we're on special teams, can you talk a little bit about what Dwayne has been able to do this year?
No, Kyle's he's done a nice job. I don't. A lot of times I don't spend a lot of time looking. I didn't know he was third in the conference. Especially I don't check really individuals because I think it's more about what we do as a team. But sometimes you search for answers in stats as well, and probably need to a little bit more. But Kyle came into our program. He was on campus last fall. He's from Niagara Falls here, went down, he played some junior college ball, then he walked on at Florida International, but came back home for a family reason. And we didn't know he was on campus, joined us in January, and, he's done a nice job. And to kind of solidify that with, Taylor Sheets will also punt in his career here, but right now he's a little banged up himself, but handling the kickoff duties. So to have somebody like Kyle come in, win the job, and do it has been a pleasant surprise. I think he's handled things extremely well. Good thing about being from the area. He knows as the weather changes here in the next few weeks and the winds and things that we battle, it won't be new to him, and look forward to having him for another year and a half.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you.